What is up, YouTube? So today I'm heading over to Planet Fitness to train some arms. Once again, Planet Fitness is coming in clutch with the later hours. They aren't open 24 hours over the weekend, but my home gym closes at 4 o'clock, and Planet Fitness is open till 7, so that's a whole big extra lot of time that I have to train. So, like I mentioned, I'm heading over to Planet Fitness now to go train some arms. Uh, Last workout, I did all of triceps first and then biceps, and I explained that I really liked that. That way I can focus all my attention on one muscle at a time rather than going back and forth. Because I felt like when I was going back and forth the past other workouts, I had to almost like re-get a pump again, and I didn't really like that. So, again, I'm going to have the same mentality going into this workout: triceps first, then biceps. Um, so, yeah, it worked out for me last week. I'm going to do it again. And yeah, I'm going to get in there. I'm probably going to start with some rope extensions again because those have been an excellent starter for me for triceps. And then I'll probably go into a dip machine after that. And then I'm absolutely going to destroy my the long head of my triceps for my one skull crusher movement on the row machine again. I just sit on the back of it, grab the handle, and just go to town. Those feel freaking phenomenal. So if you have that machine at your gym, whether you go to Planet Fitness or not, I don't know what other gym would have that machine because Planet Fitness is the only gym that I've ever seen that machine at. Regardless, give it a shot. It's an excellent piece of equipment. Um, yeah, and then for biceps, I'm definitely going to start with some heavy dumbbell curls again. Remembering my last arm day, my biceps were sore for like 2 or 3 days straight with that with those heavy dumbbell curls for biceps. So that'll definitely uh, be going down again. I believe I did the 55s for 2 sets of 10 last time, and honestly, it felt pretty good. But I can maybe see going up to the 60s today, which will be really, really cool. So stay tuned, and we'll see what happens for that. But all in all, like, say going heavy is not in my cards for today, that's not going to mess with me. I'm not going to let it bother me. Again, bodybuilding to me is more about the end result of the pump. If it was a good pump and the muscle is sore the next day, in my book, that was a great workout. Like if I'm strong one day, yeah, it's fun to really throw around a lot of weight, but if I'm not strong, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm still going to get the most out of it. And yeah, strength. Having a good workout doesn't mean I was strong. Having a good workout just means the pump was good. Strength doesn't really matter to me, like I've said. So yeah, but I'm gonna go into it, and I'm gonna go as hard as I can. That's the one thing that will stand, is that no matter what, I'm gonna go as hard as I can. Of course, without getting injured. I wanna. There's a fine line between going hard and getting injured, and I want to go as hard as I can without getting injured, to say the least, because injury is not fun. Um, like 4 or 5 years ago now, when I was, yeah, 5 years ago when I was 15, I uh, got into like powerlifting, which really wasn't powerlifting. In my head back then, powerlifting was just going as heavy as possible on every single movement. But again, I had no idea. I was just kind of getting into really, I was kind of just getting stronger, and I fell in love with deadlifts, and I was getting super strong. I remember my first day I ever deadlifted, I hit 400 pounds. And I was like, holy shit! Like, oh, I'm gonna go really, really crazy on this over the next few months and really try to build this. And I had it in my head that I wanted to get like some state record at a powerlifting competition. I had no fucking clue what the hell I was doing, but this is just younger me, not really paying attention to my body. But months go by, I got stronger. I went for 5 plates, probably about 2 months later, and I completely fucked up my back. Like, I wasn't out from the gym for 8 months, but I was out from really doing any squatting movement, any lower back movement for 8 months. It was terrible. I never got it checked out, which was also something stupid, but knock on wood, I'm all good now for like the past, well, I said 8 months. It took me to really get back into movements like that. But yeah, since then there's been no issues, but that was terrible. So if that's not I don't know what I'm trying to say. If that's not a lesson to be learned, uh, then I don't know what to I don't know what to say. I definitely learned my lesson, and I definitely listen to my body more now. But I kind of got off topic with what I was trying to say. But end result, being able to go heavy is cool, but it's not something that I really want to like get injured over, to say the least. To just sum up everything that I was just talking about. So yeah, but enough talking. I'm gonna finish my pre-workout and head over to Planet Fitness for some arms. So I'll see you there for the first working set of triceps. What's going on, everybody? So I'm starting over here for the first exercise, and it is rope cable extensions. Uh, if you've been watching my past arm day videos, you'll know that this is becoming a staple as a starting movement for me. They just feel super duper nice. And honestly, I absolutely love training arms at Planet Fitness. Just due to the super smooth cables that they have and due to other machines that I do later in the workout. But these felt super duper nice. Again, I really like that I can get a full tricep contraction on every single rep starting with these rope extensions. Again, I'm going to start the set slow, and then once I can't really lock out my arms anymore, just squeeze out a few partials. Those really fired up my triceps like nothing else, honestly. I did 3 sets over there, and then I moved into the dips machine. This is a different dips machine than the one that I previously have done in my arm workouts here, and I actually like this dips machine a lot better. It goes heavier, which is pretty nice because the other one isn't heavy enough for me, and it honestly just has really, really nice handles. They're a little bit thicker, so I feel like I could get a better grip on them to activate my triceps a bit more. So this is another really, really good movement at Planet Fitness that I do. Again, I really try to keep the reps as slow as possible in the beginning, as you'll see me do on every single movement. Again, slow and controlled at the start. And then once I fail a rep, or I can't really get a full extension, then I'll start to speed the reps up a bit and then go for more partials. Again, I've explained this before, but just in case if you're a new viewer, this is actually a row machine, but I sit on it backwards and I grab one of the cables at a time and I do a skull crusher on here. I believe I got 8 reps by myself with the one arm by itself, and then I just used my other arm to kind of give myself a self spot to go a little bit past failure. That's when the real burn really starts to really starts to kick in, because I completely fry out my triceps by just doing them single arm by myself, get a really nice fatigue, and then once I start to self spot, then that burn really comes in. Again, with these, I also really try to prioritize getting a really nice stretch at the bottom too. Like I'll hold it down there and just feel a nice stretch in the tricep, and then on the opposite hand, I get a really, really nice squeeze at the top. So I really want to get a good stretch and a good squeeze. I feel like that's a good factor to have for any muscle that you train, just to get the full range of motion out of it and get the most out of each rep. Right here, I'm moving into some, just some bar extensions. I normally use the straight bar, but this bar was loaded onto the cable already, and I was just kind of messing around with it for a few warm-up sets, and it actually felt really, really nice. So I decided to finish off my tricep workout here for 2 working sets. Right here, I believe I got 10 reps, and then I did a few partials, and I just wanted to do a little bit of a drop set to get a little bit more volume. Again, I don't really like to drop the weight too much during a drop set because I don't want to push the total volume of the set to be too high. I drop it maybe just 20-30 pounds just to squeeze out a few more reps. Right here, I think I dropped it a little bit more than what I would have liked to, but again, I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm just going to still give it my all. And these felt really, really nice. Alright, so that wrapped up triceps. Now I'm moving into my first bicep movement. I'm starting with some dumbbell curls. I believe these are the 60s in each hand. I got it for 7 full reps. Again, even when they get hard, I'm still going to really try to squeeze through them. Now, 7 was a little bit lower on the volume that I would have wanted, so instead of dropping the weight and grabbing a new dumbbell, what I did was I just turned the reps into hammer curls. And hammer curls for me are much easier, so I was able to kind of do a drop set without really necessarily dropping the weight. I just kind of change the movement around just to squeeze out a few more reps, as we'll see, I think, after this rep right here. Again, really trying to fight it up. This was definitely one of the heavier movements that I did today. But again, I really like starting my bicep movements with a heavy dumbbell curl just to fatigue the muscle. And then I go into more high volume, lower weight movements after just to really get a full pump on the biceps. Now, this definitely pumps up my biceps too,
but I just noticed that going heavy, really fatiguing the biceps, and then filling them up with as much blood with lighter weight just has a next day soreness is phenomenal from that. Now I'm moving into a little bit of a lighter weight, but it's still pretty heavy. I got the 50s in each hand here, and I finished off with 2 more sets of 10. These felt really, really nice. Again, I'm trying to control the weight the entire time, not really throwing it up too fast, and I'm not bringing it down too fast either. I'm just kind of having a solid tempo the entire time. This was the second set of dumbbell curls. I didn't record the third one, but it looked just like this. I think I actually did a drop set on the last one. I think I dropped it to the 25s in each hand. So I cut the weight in half, and I did it for, I think, 12 reps or so. These felt really, really nice. As you can see, I am using wraps. I actually never used wraps before, but then I started to feel like my biceps were getting limited due to forearm fatigue, so I decided to throw them on, and it's been a really, really good decision, and I've been doing it every single time since, just because I feel like I get more fatigue on the biceps rather than the forearms. Now moving into some cable preacher curls. These felt really, really nice today. I did 3 sets here. Again, I'm really trying to squeeze and flex my biceps as hard as I can at the top and then go down nice and slow and controlled. These felt really, really nice here. I absolutely love the cable preacher curl machine at Planet Fitness. It feels really, really nice. I have one at my home gym, and it feels good too, but I feel like there's a lot of tension at the bottom of the rep, which just kind of puts my biceps in like a doesn't make them feel too good. It makes them feel like they can almost tear. So I really don't like doing them too much at my home gym, but it feels really, really nice here. Now moving into just some straight bar cable curls. Again, same mindset on these as I do on preacher curls. Again, really, really nice and slow and controlled. Get a nice squeeze at the top and then come down slow. Again, constant tension is key. You won't see me stop at the bottom for too long. As soon as I go down there, I really try to bring it up again. These felt really, really nice. This was my second set here. I tried to record my first one, but I accidentally filmed it in slow motion, so I had to do another recording after. Now I'm doing a little drop set here, and I'm just kind of curling in a constant tension zone. Like I'm not bringing it down fully, and I'm not bringing it up fully. Just doing some like mid-rep partials just to finish off the set. I also grabbed the bar a little bit closer. Now moving into my finishing movement, just some rope hammer curls. These felt really, really good today. I did 3 sets here, pretty heavy just to finish off, and absolutely slammed the brachialis. These felt awesome. Believe I do a drop set here. And this was the last set of arms for the day. I didn't do forearms because I did them the other day, and they were still pretty sore. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you back in the car.
What is going on, everybody? So I just wrapped up my arm workout. I feel like I say this every time, but this was one of the best arm workouts I've ever had. I just feel like they're progressively getting better. Like the mind-muscle connection just grows week by week. Just on the first rep, I feel like I could just really lock in and really feel the tension all in the muscle, which is awesome. Like honestly, I feel like the growth now that I feel like I've unlocked that sense is just gonna like skyrocket. So I'm really happy with all that. Um, Rope extensions are my favorite thing to start for triceps. I was kind of like thinking in my head, like, it sounds good to do the bar first and really load up a lot of weight and then go into the rope for more like slow and controlled. But honestly, when my triceps are fresh, why not load up a lot of weight with something that's going to target your triceps more, in my opinion? So that was a really, really good starter for me. Really happy with how that went. Um, from there, I went to the dips machine, another great tricep exercise that at Planet Fitness. There's 2 dips machines there. I really like the one that I've been doing here, like the purple machine rather than the yellow machine. From there, I went back into the skull crushers and then finished off with just some of those like V bar. It's not really a V bar, but it's kind of like an angled bar like extensions, and those felt really, really good to wrap up triceps. Then for biceps, I did heavy dumbbell curls, which felt phenomenal. I did go up to the 60s. I got them for I think 7, and then I did a little bit of like hammer curls after to just kind of increase the volume. I hate having to like drop the weight and then have to grab new weight and then start again. I'd rather just, it's almost like doing hammer curls is a drop set in a sense for me because they're easier. So it was just like an easy way to do an instant drop in weight to make it feel lighter. So I don't know if that makes sense or not. But then after that, I did drop the weight to the 50s for the last 2 sets, and I got between 10 and 12 reps, which I was really happy with. Then from there, I went into preacher curls, really slow and controlled. And after that, I think I did some bar cable curls and finished with rope hammers. So all in all, just a well-rounded arm day. Every single part of my arm was pumped, except for my forearms. But I didn't really want to do forearms today because I did them in the last video, and I feel like that would be working them too frequently for me. So I did skip out on them today, but I'll definitely hit them next arm day. So that'll be pretty soon. Um, so yeah, all in all, fantastic arm workout today. And I wanted to kind of talk about something. Slow and controlled versus just as heavy as you possibly can. And I feel like a lot of people choose the as heavy as you possibly can option because it is harder. And now I feel like I meant I feel like people choose the heavy as you possibly can option because it's easier. Because it's an easier way to hit failure, you know? Like you just go until you physically can't because the weight is so heavy. But if you think about it this way, if it's mostly about the pump, and if you can get a better pump going slow and controlled, then you should just go slow and controlled, if that makes sense. You know, like it's the harder option out of the two. I mean, you really have to work to reach failure, going nice and slow to hit those 12 reps rather than just spamming the reps as fast as you can to hit the 12. Like, yeah, you're going to be pushing more weight and it's going to be heavier. But when you really think about it, if you go slow and controlled, I feel like less amount of people do that because it's harder. You know, it's harder to really focus and lock in and really feel that pain. But that pain, it's good pain, and it's going to translate to more growth, in my opinion. So don't just go super duper heavy to just reach failure. I mean, you are reaching failure, but reach failure in a slow and controlled manner where you're just failing because you physically can't do it anymore because it is heavy, but you're also pumped from it. It's not just like you're going heavy and you fail because it's just too heavy. I hope that makes sense. I'm saying it now over in my head and it sounds a little confusing, but all I'm trying to say is that I feel like a lot of times people go too heavy to just because it's an easier alternative to reach failure, in my opinion. So really going slow and controlled and just reaching failure in a smart way. Not again, you don't want to go too light. You just want to find uh, a weight that's heavy enough for you to control for X amount of reps. You don't want to just blow through the set. You really want to focus on each rep at a time. Just get a really good contraction on the muscle because in my opinion, that's how you grow and that's how you also stay away from some injuries. You know, you could still go crazy intense with slow and controlled. You know, you don't have to just throw on a lot of weight and hurt yourself. And you could go intense, obviously, but you don't want to hurt yourself. Anyway, sorry if that all sounded a little confusing, but yeah, that's my mindset. Uh, but again, I feel like I could contradict what I just said as well because I do like going heavy and throwing around some weight on certain movements, but I feel like you need to find a balance. You know, you can't just throw around heavy ass weight the entirety of the workout because then you're gonna get hurt. You know, so you feel like you gotta just structure your workouts properly in the end of the day. But yeah, that's all I got. And I will see you all tomorrow for chest and side delts. Peace out, guys.